Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me again today. This class is going to be 45 minutes and we're going to be focusing on flexibility. So quite often we might focus on a part of our body, on a certain yoga pose, but I wanted this class to be quite an all-round stretch, something that you could come back to time and time again if you're looking to improve your flexibility. There's going to be a lot of different things. It's going to be fun. As always with my classes, do what feels good for you. All of our bodies are different, particularly when it comes to flexibility. Some of us might have really open hips, some of us our shoulders, some of us our backs. We're all different. Have a little patience with yourself and enjoy the class, enjoy the stretches and see how you get on. So coming to a comfortable seat on your mat when you feel ready. Legs crossed, legs extended forwards, knees bent, knees straight, your choice. You can sit on blankets, cushions, blocks. We're going to be sitting for the first part of the class, so just make sure you're somewhere comfortable, somewhere you can stay for a few minutes. Once you find that position, closing down your eyes, just take a couple of big deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathing deep as you settle into this space you've chosen to practice in. Taking the opportunity to take a quick scan through your body. How does everything feel? Maybe you've just rolled out of bed, maybe you've been up for a few hours. Noticing everything from the crown of your head down to your toes, any points of tension in your body, any things that feel particularly good. For me, by example, I can definitely feel that my shoulders feel a little bit tight. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Just taking an opportunity to build an awareness of your own body to use through the next 45 minutes of this class. As you take your next breath in, roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, nice and slow, roll your shoulders down your back, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, shoulders roll up to your ears. Exhale, rolling your shoulders down your back, feeling that gentle opening across the front of your body. Inhale, one more time, roll shoulders up to ears. Exhale, roll your shoulders down your back, letting them come to a nice relaxed position wherever that is for you. For some of us, far forwards, for some of us really far back. Some of us, it's just our shoulders resting in line with that center line of our body. Again, please be aware today, nothing is right or wrong. We're all different. So just let your shoulders drop down where they feel comfortable. Inhale, sitting a little bit taller, the crown of your head lifting up. Exhale, bringing a gentle activation through your core, supporting your spine in this extended position. Inhale, breathing into your chest, into your belly. Exhaling, drawing belly button back towards your spine, creating that gentle feeling of activation in your core. Take an inhale, circle your arms out wide, slowly reaching your arms up and overhead, fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale as you draw your palms together down in front of your chest. As your palms come down, bow your head forwards, forehead towards your fingertips, feeling that stretch down the back of your neck. Inhale, circle your arms out as you do, looking up towards your fingers, feeling that stretch down the front of your neck, the front of your throat. Really reaching up high before exhaling, drawing your hands back down in front of your chest, that gentle bow of your neck as your chin tucks in towards that center part of your body. One more time, inhale, fingers are spread as wide as you can as you circle your arms out. Growing tall through your spine, tall through your fingertips as you reach up. Exhale, palms come nice and slow down in front of your chest, that gentle bow of your head as you let Let your neck relax, your chin, your jaw, everything soft. Keep your head bowing forwards as you drop your hands back to your knees or your thighs. Just starting to roll circles with your neck. You can go from one side to the other side. Maybe if it feels comfortable, you can roll your head back. Just starting to feel into that flexibility around your neck, around your upper back. You might start to feel some of those muscles starting to open, starting to come alive. Switching direction if you were going one way, going the other. I'm going to start quite gentle today. Just letting all our muscles start to ease a little bit open. Particularly if it's morning for you. It's normally when we're at our least flexible. But it's also when we can do some of the best work to increase our flexibility. Though it can be a little more frustrating for sure. As your head comes back to the center, let it come to a stationary position. Extend your right arm across the front of your chest. Then bring that left hand towards the outside of that arm. You can have a play with that arm being quite close to your shoulder. Maybe you want that left hand a little further along your body. Spreading your right fingers out wide. Inhale. Exhale, that stretch across your right shoulder. Maybe you want to bring your forearm up, getting a little bit more of a grip. This is a stretch I'm sure you've probably done before, whether you were a kid when you last did it, whether you do yoga, Pilates, exercise classes. It's quite a frequent one, but it's so good for stretching out across our shoulders, our arms. Inhale. Exhale to release. Both hands come back down to your knees or your thighs. Left arm stretches out across your chest. Right hand comes towards that upper arm, that elbow, that forearm, wherever it feels comfortable. Spreading those left fingers out wide. Take a moment here. Inhale. Exhale, feeling that stretch across your shoulders. Again, you can adjust it, bringing that elbow crease of your right arm up to bring a little bit more strength into this stretch. Inhale. Exhale, let's release everything down. Hands come back towards your knees or thighs. Now lift that right arm up and bring your left hand onto your right elbow. Lifting both elbows up overhead, bring that right hand down toward the center of your shoulder blades. Inhale, your chest lifts, lifting your elbows up and back as high as you can, but keep that gentle activation through your core so your body's supported whilst you come into this stretch. Big breath in, inhale. Exhale, maybe you push down a little with that left hand, but keep it reasonably gentle. You don't push yourself too much as we begin. One more breath in, inhale. Exhale, release both arms back down. Left hand lifts up off your leg, right hand to your left elbow. Inhale as you pull both elbows up and overhead. Left hand comes down towards your shoulder blades. Inhale, chest lifts, elbows pull up and back. Keep your core engaged, supporting your spine. Exhale, maybe a gentle pressure down through that left elbow, helping to encourage the stretch, the flexibility. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, let's release it all down. Let your arms, your shoulders, everything relax. Now extending your legs out in front of you. Keep both knees bent. Heels on the floor. Flex your toes back towards you. And see if you can take hold of your feet. So that might mean you need to bend your knees even more. That might mean that your legs are a little bit longer. Wherever you are, inhale, breathe into your chest, into your belly, finding a little length. Exhale, our first forward fold of the day as you let your forehead melt down towards your knees, keeping this really soft to begin. Noticing where you feel a stretch. your back, your shoulders, your legs. Nothing's right, nothing's wrong, as always. Taking a moment to enjoy where you're at. We'll come back to our forward folds later on. But I just wanted to bring this pose in a relaxed way at the start of this practice so you can see how maybe your flexibility builds throughout 45 minutes. Your choice, you can stay really relaxed. Maybe for a moment you want to straighten your legs out a little bit more. Mine certainly don't want to go straight quite yet. They're not quite ready. And take an inhale as you slowly roll yourself up to that seated position. Give your legs a little wiggle, a little wobble. Everything relaxing. Crossing your ankles in front of you, roll over your feet, coming to hands and knees on your mat. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Flat back for your tabletop. Inhale, lower your belly down, lift your chest through, a little more movement, flexibility through our spines. Exhale as you press the floor away. Gaze comes to your belly button, chin towards your chest. Inhale, lower your belly down, lifting your chest. Keep pressing the floor away with your hands. Exhale, rounding through your back, chin to your chest, gazing through to your belly. Inhale, lower your belly down, lift your chest. Exhale, same again, press the floor away, rounding through your back. One more big inhale, really lower your belly down, lift your chest, shoulders roll back. Exhale, tuck your toes as you round through your back, tuck your chin in, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Bending one knee then the other knee, your legs start to stretch out. I think this can just be one of the best stretches in yoga. Stretching front, back, top, bottom of your body. It really does get everything involved. Bringing that activity into your core as you stretch out through the backs of each leg, your ankles, your toes. Everything coming into play. Lifting your gaze up towards your hands, start to step your feet nice and slow towards the top of the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. Let your upper body hang down heavy, maybe swaying from side to side just for a couple of moments. Again, we'll do a lot of forward folds today. Really finding that flexibility through the backs of our legs, the backs of our back. But keeping these first few nice and soft. Maybe that means your hands are in the air. Maybe that means your knees stay really bent. But giving our bodies a bit of time to open up. Giving our bodies a bit of time to build that flexibility. Without judgment, with a little bit of patience. Seeing how you go. Coming to a still position. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, fingertips to shin. Exhale, melt forwards one more time over your legs. Bending your knees, ground down through your feet. Inhale, roll yourself up to standing, reaching your arms up high in the air. Exhale, palms come together down in front of your chest. Gently squeeze your palms together as you bow your forehead to your fingertips. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Right hand takes hold of left wrist. Start to pull it over towards the right hand side. Your hips go over towards the left. Inhale, pull yourself back to that center, standing tall. Exhale, knees can bend as you fold forwards over your legs, fingertips coming down toward the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hinging forwards over your legs. Inhale, stretching your arms back up and overhead. Ground down through your feet to rise up. Exhale, left hand takes hold of right wrist. Start to pull that right hand over towards the left. Your hips go over towards the right. Stretch down the side of your body. Then deep breath in, inhale as you lift through the center. Exhale, knees can soften as you forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fingertips melt to the floor, forward fold. Let's hold here a little longer this time. So if you're up a bit higher, hands can come towards the backs of your legs. If you already feel like your hands are coming down towards the ground, that can be with your knees bent. Maybe see if you want to take hold of your big toes. Maybe bring your hands behind your calves. Inhaling, breathing into chest, into belly. Exhaling, hinging forwards over your legs. Let your shoulders stay relaxed. Power through your legs as well. Lift through both kneecaps. Tilting your tailbone so your sitting bones point to the ceiling as your upper body melts down over your legs. Nice big stretch. Inhale, release any binds, halfway lift. Exhale, melt forwards once again over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up high, overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, palms come together down in front of your chest. Release your hands down either side of your body, palms spin forwards, mountain pose. Take a moment to be still. Give your toes a little wiggle, your fingers a little wiggle. Roll your shoulders a couple times. Maybe rock your head from side to side, feeling those stretches, those openings around your neck. Certainly for me, the things that make me feel more flexible are often the small movements. The little stretches that I do quite intuitively in the morning, maybe still in bed, stretching out through my fingertips, rolling my ankles. Those are the things that get me really ready for the day. So just starting small. A couple gentle movements, things that feel intuitive to you, to your body. Getting us ready for what we're about to do next. Sun salutations. Inhale, reach up through both arms, reach up high. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, fingertips dropping down toward the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees enough that you can bring your hands to the floor and step your right foot as far back as you can. Dropping that right knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, low lunge. Exhale, let your hips sink forwards, a bit more of a stretch through the front of that right thigh. Inhale, maybe your gaze lifts up towards your hands. Take a nice deep breath. Then on your exhale, keep it nice and slow as you start to straighten out that front leg. Your hands can come down towards the ground. Hips send back, flexing that left foot towards you. Press forwards through this left heel. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale as you pull back through your left hip, rounding through your back as though your nose is going to come down towards your knee. Breathe in, inhale, flat back. Exhale, melting forwards over your leg. Inhale, walk your hands forwards, framing that front foot. Lift your back knee, chest lifts forwards. And step that left foot back, sending your hips up high, downward facing dog. Walk your feet about mat distance apart. Walk your hands back towards your feet, knees bending, hips sinking. Your yoga squat, your hips can stay quite high. Maybe your hips drop down. We're not going to be here for long. Inhale. Exhale from wherever you are, hips lift back into the air, walking your hands forwards, downward facing dog, walking your feet back in about hip distance apart. Inhale, look up towards your hands. One step at a time, walking your feet forwards to the top of the mat, taking it step by step. Maybe your fingertips stay brushing the floor until you reach the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt it forwards over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up high overhead. Reach up tall. Continue to flow. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, flat back, core is active. Exhale, bend your knees enough, your hands can come to the ground. Left foot steps back behind you, dropping that left knee down to the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up, low lunge. Exhale, hips sink forwards just a little so you really get that stretch through the front of your left thigh. Inhale, can you lift your gaze up towards your hands, keeping balance? Exhale, hold here. Enjoy the stretch, the openings through your legs, your hips. Deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, start to straighten out your right leg, hands coming down toward the ground. That right foot flexes back towards you. Same as the other side, press forwards through that right heel. Inhale, breathing into your chest, your belly. Exhale, imagine you're folding forwards over that extended leg. This one can be quite intense, certainly it is for me. Use your breath, breathe. Flexibility in body, in mind. Moving through the stretch, through the discomfort into hopefully somewhere a little more comfortable. Bend that right knee, inhale, lifting left knee into the air. Hands press down, exhale, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet mat distance apart. Hands walk back towards your toes, knees bending, hips dropping as you come back. Maybe you stay up here. Maybe you can drop your sitting bones down. Maybe you can even bring your palms together, really pressing your chest forwards towards your thumbs, finding that deeper opening for your hips. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Hands come back to the floor. Walk your hands forwards in front of you, downward facing dog. Feet step back in to hip distance apart. Take a few breaths here, roll your shoulders down. Lift your hips up high, pressing your heels towards the ground. They never have to reach. Lifting through both kneecaps, hips lifting up into the air. Press down through your fingers, feeling that rooting, that grounding to the ground, to the earth, wherever you're practicing. Smile. Find the stretch wherever it is in your body, legs, arms, back, maybe everywhere. Enjoy this full body stretch. Breathe. Inhale through your nose. Sigh out, exhale. Look up towards your hands. Maybe you can take one big step, bringing that right foot up to the top of the mat. Maybe it takes a few steps. Whenever you're ready, left foot comes forwards to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up high overhead. Reach up tall. Exhale, palms come together, down in front of your chest. Mountain pose, take a breath. Palms turn forwards, shoulders roll back and down. Let's not stay still. Let's give our knees a little bend, our wrists a little circle, fingertips wiggling, shoulders rolling, keeping our body quite loose. When you're ready, deep breath in, inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, hinging forwards over your legs, forward fold, lifting your hips as your hands drop down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Maybe your legs are a little straighter this time, but they can still be bent. Step your right foot as far back as you can. Wiggle that left foot a little wider on the mat, so it's at the wide edge of the mat. Hands come inside of your left foot. Inhale, imagine your chest is stretching forwards, your gaze is straight forwards in front of you. Exhale, walk your hands round to the wide edge of your mat, turning your toes to follow root. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hinging forwards over your legs. Now I can see you again. Even if my bum is turned to the camera, I'm sorry if it's not glamorous. Inhale, breathe into your chest, your belly. You want your toes pointing slightly in, your heels slightly out. Exhaling, melting forwards over your legs. As always, your knees can stay a little bent if that makes this more achievable for your body. Walk your hands back towards the front of your mat. Inhale, lift into your chest. Exhale, step that left foot back to meet your right. Downward facing dog, take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, feet come mat distance apart. Hands walk back towards your feet, bending your knees, sitting bones sink down. They don't have to come the whole way. Stretch your right arm out wide. Inhale, left arm up into the air for a twist in your squat. Exhale, left hand back down towards the floor. Stretch that left arm out wide. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, bring that right arm down. Press down through your feet, active through your legs as you lift your hips up. Walking your hands forwards, downward facing dog. Looking to the top of your mat, maybe you can step that left foot the whole way between your hands. Maybe you need to shuffle it forwards, whatever goes. Right foot comes forwards when you're ready. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up high overhead. One last flow standing. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, knees bend enough. Your hands come to the ground. Left foot steps back behind you. Shuffle that right foot out to the wide edge of the mat. Hands to the floor inside of that foot. Inhale, lifting your chest as though that center point of your chest is pulling on a string out in front of you. Exhale, walk your hands round to that wide edge of your mat. Toes point just in, heels just out. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. A choice this time, you can bring your hands behind your back, grasping your fingertips together. Maybe extending your arms up and overhead, bringing that stretch, that flexibility into your shoulders, into your arms. Deep breathing, inhale. Exhale, your body melting down, your wide forward fold, everything falling with gravity and strength together toward the floor. Fingertips release if you have that bind, hands towards the ground. Inhale, walk your hands forwards to the top of the mat. Exhale, step that right foot back to meet your left. Bring your knees to the floor, sit back towards your heels, and then just swing your legs back forwards in front of you, coming back to your seat. I said we come back to a forward fold. Start with your legs a little bit longer than what you had at the start. Same, taking hold of your feet, maybe of your calves, as you let your upper body melt forwards. There doesn't need to be much control here. We're just aiming to find a stretch. That doesn't have to be in a particular part of your legs, a particular part of your back. It can be wherever your body feels it. I really mean that. This is a pose that can be frustrating. Can feel like it takes us absolutely ages to get to these perfect photos you see of really stretchy yoga people doing it. But the most important thing is that you feel a stretch. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. It doesn't have to look a certain way to be beneficial. So your choice. You can stay where you are. You can start to walk your heels forwards in front of you. Maybe you straighten your legs the whole way. Inhaling into your chest, your belly. Maybe as you exhale, your chest moves forwards and down and you start to feel that stretch a little more intensely down the backs of your legs. Certainly I do. If your legs are straight, try and flex your feet, toes point back towards you, heels push forward, so there's a little bit of strength and flexibility. Inhale, breathe into your chest, your belly. Exhale, folding forwards over your legs. Hands can be on the floor, behind your calves, wherever it feels right to you. Breathe. Embrace the stretch, embrace the feeling. Don't worry about how anything looks. Maybe if you have hyperextension in your legs, this might be a little easier. But maybe that also means you should keep a little bend in your knees, keeping it a bit softer on those joints. Wherever you are, smile, soak it in. A moment to be still. And deep breath, inhale as you roll up to seated. Using your hands, support yourself as you lie down on your mat, slowly bringing your whole back to the floor. Making sure you're lying somewhere comfortable. And gather both knees in towards your chest. Arms come around your legs, just rock from side to side a few times. Massaging your back with the floor. Massaging those muscles around your spine. And then coming back to a still position for you. Hands come onto your knees, just circle your knees in opposite directions for a moment. Again, before we come into some slightly deeper stretches, just starting with movement, starting with small openings, getting our bodies ready for the next stretch. So then slowly bring your knees back in towards your chest and then extend that left leg out long, keeping hold of your right knee. Guide that right knee over towards your right shoulder and then bring your hands towards the back of that right thigh. Inhale, starting to straighten that right leg up, toes pointed. Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale, right leg straightens, toes point up towards the ceiling. Exhale, flex your foot as you bend that knee. Inhale, start to straighten that right leg out. If it feels too tight to have your hands holding your thigh, you could always bring a strap or a jumper or something around your leg to make it a little easier. Exhale, right knee bends. One more, inhale, straighten that right leg. Flex your foot this time, toes point down, heel pushes up. Let's stay here. Let's hold the stretch, really push up through your heel. Find length through the back of that right leg. Maybe you can pull your right leg in a little more. Might start shaking like mine. I always find it strange when your leg shakes like this. Then you just got to embrace it, or maybe loosen off a little bit. That might be the more sensible thing to do. Deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, slowly bend that right knee, softening the stretch through your legs before you straighten that right leg down the mat. Bringing your left knee in towards you, give it a hug in first. Take it over towards the left shoulder, a little opening in that hip. And then bring it back to the center, knee towards your chest. Switch the grips of your hands so your hands come to the backs of your thighs. Then take an inhale as you start to point those left toes up towards the ceiling, that left leg straightens out. Exhale, bending your left knee. Inhale, find length down the back of that left leg, straightening out as much as you can, your toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, bending that left knee. A constant exploration, inhale, extending that leg up. I'm noticing that the front of my left ankle is quite tight. What is it for you? What do you notice as you come into these slightly deeper stretches, deeper holds? How does it feel for that whole length of your leg? How does it feel down in your hip? Exhaling, knee bends. Then one more time, inhale, extend that left leg up. Flex your foot this time, heel pushes up, toes point down. You can point those right toes as well, so both legs are active. Maybe you can draw that left leg in a little closer towards your body. You can always bring a strap around the back of your thigh. You could even bring one around the top of your foot if that feels good to you, if that feels like a better stretch. Wherever you want to hold, deep breaths. Feeling that flexibility in the backs of your legs starting to build. But keep that power going up through your heel. In yoga, we always talk about strength and flexibility together. Try and embrace that today. Deep inhale. Exhale, left knee softly starts to bend. Keep that left leg bent as you drop your foot down to the floor. Inhale, right knee comes in towards you. And then bring that right ankle on top of your left thigh. Right knee goes over towards the side. Lifting that left foot off the floor, take hold of the back of your left leg once again. Flex that right foot, toes point towards your knee, heel points away from your knee. Gathering that left thigh in towards you as you open that right hip out. Breathe. Taking a couple more breaths. Feeling those muscles start to stretch, to open. And one more deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, release that left foot and unhook your right ankle. Switching straight to the other side, left ankle crosses over right thigh. Gathering that right leg in towards you as you flex those left toes towards your knee. Deep breath in, inhale, that stretch around the back of your left hip, starting to open. Exhaling, maybe you draw that right leg in a little closer towards you. A moment of stillness, a moment to breathe, to embrace this deep stretch. Maybe in some of those muscles around your hips, your glutes that you don't feel all too often, that you don't stretch all too often. Particularly if you're a runner, this one's really good. Inhale, deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, nice and slow, guiding yourself out of the position. Unhooking that left ankle, take a moment to lie still, both feet on the floor. And then gather your knees in towards you, arms wrap around legs, forehead towards knees, give yourself a big hug, a tight squeeze. Dropping your head back down to the floor gently as you can. Bringing your feet mat distance apart, knees fall in towards each other. Or if it's more comfortable, both legs straighten down the mat but have your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Arms either side of you, palms face up or palms face down on your belly. Deep breath in through your nose. Sigh out, exhale. Closing down your eyes if you haven't already. The corners of your lips turning up towards your eyes, bring a gentle smile to your face. And take a moment right now to think of one thing you are grateful for. It can be big, small, a person, a gesture, a thing. whatever it is, just holding it at the forefront of your mind and feeling that sense of gratitude and appreciation moving through your mind and your body. So maybe, just maybe, you can then apply that sense of gratitude to the rest of your day, or to elements of your day. Your whole body relaxed, toes, ankles, hips, shoulders, jaw, everything supported by the ground. You have nowhere to be, nothing to do. This is just a moment in your day completely for you. To rest, to restore, to re-energize. Without moving your body, take a couple of deeper breaths. Feeling that fresh oxygen, fresh energy moving through your body, getting you ready to move again. After a few deep breaths, starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Then taking any movements that feel intuitive to you, that can be stretches, rolling from one side to the other, maybe circling wrists and ankles. Maybe reaching both arms up overhead, taking a full body stretch, like you've just woken up in the morning. When you feel ready, knees coming towards your chest, rolling over to the side and pressing yourself back to that comfortable seat we started in, on your mat, eyes closed. Inhale, roll your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, roll your shoulders up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down. Inhale, stretch both arms up high overhead, reach up tall. Exhale, palms come together down in front of your chest, gently bowing your head forwards, forehead towards fingertips. Rubbing your hands together to generate some heat and some warmth. Then when you feel ready, place your palms over your eyes and your face and take that energy with you through the rest of your day and your week. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the class. Any questions, comments, please let me know. I know working on flexibility can be quite frustrating, but I really do believe that if you practice 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, the boundaries of your flexibility will slowly open. Might be a little slower than you want, but they will get there. So just try to be grateful for where your body is at. Try to enjoy each practice and have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.